this video, I want to show you how to do brioche stitch. This is brioche stitch here on this sample, and I'm working in the round and in two colors. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do because I've got a couple patterns that use this technique. So before I show you how to do it, let's take a look at what's happening with the fabric. This is my cast on edge, and you can see here I cast on with one color and I just did some stockinette stitch. It makes a little rolled edge on this piece. So I did a few rounds just knitting. And then I started my brioche stitch. I added a second color and I started creating this texture stitch. If you look at the fabric, you can see on this side, which was the outside of my work, that this green color, the contrasting color, made a knit column. And then it kind of sinks in between. It almost looks a little bit like purl bumps, and actually that's what it is. If you look at the other side, you can see the other color makes the knit columns, and then we have the purl bumps in between. It doesn't look like regular purls because what we're doing essentially is catching the extra color in each of those stitches. So the color that's not on the surface, on this side the blue, green is on the surface, and you can see that the contrasting color there, the second color, is going in between the stitches and getting caught in them. And then when we look at it from the other side, it's exactly the same, but the colors are reversed. So you can see that the main color for this side is on the surface, and then this second color is getting caught in the stitches. And if you look really close and pick each of these stitches up with the purl bump, you can actually see that it contains one strand of each color. They're being caught together in every stitch. And then this one color goes across here and becomes a knit, and this other color from this column goes and gets caught in behind that knit. And that's happening on both sides. And when you work brioche back and forth, it's all the same on every row. But because we're working in the round, we're going to have to do a knit round and a purl round. And that might not make sense to you right now, but I'm going to show you how to do it now. Okay, so I've got a piece here set up, and all I've done is my few rounds of knitting in the round just for a base fabric. And that's what I have, as I said, in this hat and scarf pattern, ye old salty sailor set. But you may find that you've got ribbing or something else at the bottom, or you might just be creating the brioche right off your cast on. It's the same thing. You've just got the loops on the needles, and to create the brioche, what we first want to do is continue working with the single color, and we're going to create those brioche loops. And then we'll do that all the way around before we add the second color. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a combination of yarn over and slip one. So I'm going to do a yarn over by bringing the yarn to the front. Because I carry the yarn in my left hand, that happens really easily. I'm going to slip the stitch as if to purl and finish the yarn over all at once. So see, the yarn over and the slip stitch overlap each other, and then I'm going to purl one. Okay, so I'll do that again. Slip one purlwise with the yarn in front, then the yarn goes around to finish the yarn over, and purl one. Let me show you with my right hand, because I know if you carry the yarn in your right hand that's going to be different for you. You're going to have to do some more extra motions. Okay, so at the beginning your yarn will be in the back because you did a round of knitting. So what we're going to do is bring it to the front, slip one purlwise, and then we're going to finish that yarn over by bringing the yarn to the front between the needles. Whoops, I missed. Between the needles. And why did we do that? Because the next stitch is a purl, so we need it to be in the front. I'm not very good at this with my right hand because I'm primarily a continental knitter, but let me show you again. In this case, now I just did a purl, so the yarn's already in the front. So when I go to slip my stitch, next stitch, it's already in the front. Slip the stitch, and then when I bring the yarn to the front, again, it's going to complete that yarn over and overlap with that slip stitch. And then I'm going to complete the purl. So I'm going to just do that combination of yarn over, slip one, and then purl one all the way around. Let me show you what happens there. When I open this up, you can see the yarn over and slip one create this double strand here, And that's what we saw in the 2 colors, but we haven't added our second color yet. And then there's the pearl one. So there's the yarn over and slip one, makes a double strand pearl one. Okay, I'm going to finish the round. Then I'll show you the second round of the setup where we add the second color. Okay, so for joining the second color, I'm going to be doing a knit round now. So I'm going to have it in the back. So my old color I left in the front. I'm going to start with my new color in the back because I'm knitting. First thing I do is I see that I've got the 2 stitches overlapping, that yarn over and the slip stitch. Whenever I see that, I'm going to knit them together. So that's a knit 2 together in brioche. It's not 2 separate stitches, but ones that are already overlapping. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my yarn over and slip one. So I've got to bring the yarn to the front, slip the stitch, and bring the yarn to the back again. Now it's going to stay in the back because I'm on a knit round. But now you can see how it shows up so clearly when we have the second color. It's really easier to see what's going on. Now I've got the 2 strands together, so I'm going to knit them together. And then yarn over, slip one, combo, knit 2 together. And we're going to do that all the way around. I'll show you with my right hand. Okay, so here for the yarn over, bring it to the front, slip it, and then there's really no bringing it to the back because it's already in the back and you're on knit 2 together. And so you kind of just bring it over to do the knit 2 together, right? To the front, slip one, and then do the knit 2 together. And see what's happening there? You're getting, where you knit 2 together, you're getting 1 stitch that's made with the new color, and then your yarn over overlapping your slip stitch is 2 different colors. And that's what we're going to do all the way around. And then I'll show you what it looks like after you've completed the 2 setup rounds. Okay, I'm approaching the end of the round here, and you can see I've done knit 1, yarn over and slip combo, knit 1, yarn over and slip combo. And then I'm coming up to the last 2. And so what it's going to be is the knit 1, or actually it's knitting the 2 together, right? And then I'm going to end with the yarn over and slip combo. And this is why it's really important to pay attention to the end of the round. And now my red yarn, or my second color, is going to stay in the back. It was a knit round, yarn's in the back, so it stays in the back. My old yarn was a purl round and I left it in the front. I can tug it a little to tighten up that loose stitch, and then pick it up and get ready to do the next round. And this is just going to stay there in the back. It's okay. It's not going to go anywhere. It'll be there when you need it again. But I just want to show you what it looks like when that setup is done. You've done 2 rounds. On the first round, you worked with this main color that you started with, the first color, and you just added the brioche yarn over combos with the slips to create the initial structure. And then in the second setup round, we did the same thing on a knit round and added the second color. So that's it. That's it for the setup. Once you have that done, you're ready to continue into the main brioche pattern in 2 colors, and I'm going to do that in a separate video. So get your setup rounds done and then look for that next video.